Imagine a narrow cobbled lane, the salty Atlantic wind, and a boy chasing a scuffed football until the sun goes down. That boy would grow into one of the most recognizable athletes on earth, Cristiano Ronaldo. Today, we're not just scrolling highlights. We're tracing the curve of a life that turned raw hunger into record-breaking goals, reputation into a global brand, and single-minded discipline into a cultural phenomenon. By the end of this video, you'll know the one friendly match that changed everything, the daily habit that separates champions from the rest, and the unexpected part of his story that most highlight reels skip. Stay tuned, I'll reveal the single moment that shifted his future in about 2 minutes. Meanwhile, let's start at the beginning. Madeira. Early life. Madeira's narrow streets. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born into a humble family on the island of Madeira on the 5th of February 1985. Growing up in Funchal, his childhood was marked by modest means, big dreams, and a relentless appetite for the ball. While other kids played for fun, Ronaldo treated every kick like a lesson, improvising training drills in alleys, learning to control the ball on uneven stone, and building balance and footwork against anyone who'd challenge him. The environment mattered. Madeira wasn't a polished academy. It was a proving ground. His father worked several modest jobs, and his mother held down multiple roles. Their work ethic rubbed off on him. Those early, imperfect practices on rough surfaces didn't just teach him technique. They taught resourcefulness, resilience, and a mental toughness you can't manufacture in a gym. Remember, I promised the single kick that shifted his career. That humble childhood grit meant he never came to big moments unprepared. In a few minutes, you'll see how that one impressive display made a top manager stop and decide, this kid belongs on the biggest stage. Discovery and Sporting. From Nacional to Sporting. Ronaldo's first organized steps were with local side Club Desportivo Nacional, and soon Sporting CP noticed his raw talent. He moved to Lisbon to join Sporting's academy, where youth coaches began to polish what the island had forged. At Sporting, he transformed from a fast, flashy kid into a complete professional prospect, learning tactics, discipline, and the fundamentals that would carry him to elite-level football. But the path wasn't smooth. At 15, he faced a scary health scare, a condition that required medical attention and could have derailed everything. He came back with renewed focus. Sporting's first team debut in 2002 showed that the gamble of investing in that lanky winger was paying off. He combined the island's instincts with academy structure, producing performances that began to draw attention beyond Portugal. The Manchester United breakthrough, the moment that changed everything. Now we get to the turning point I teased. In August 2003, Cristiano played a friendly where Sporting faced Manchester United, and the performance altered the course of his life. Sir Alex Ferguson recognized the rare blend of skill, speed, and what he called attitude. The result? A transfer to Manchester United later that year, the first major leap onto the global stage. At United, Ronaldo's growth exploded. Under Ferguson's mentorship, he cleaned up his game, increased his fitness, added muscle without losing agility, refined his crossing and finishing, and learned to compete at the highest tempo. He stopped being just a flashy winger and became a clinical match winner. That evolution culminated in trophies, spectacular goals, and his first Ballon d'Or, proof that the boy from Madeira had mutated into a world-class superstar. Real Madrid and global supremacy. Records, goals, legend. After carving his name in England, the next chapter took him to Real Madrid, a move that rebranded Ronaldo from elite player to global phenomenon. The transfer shook the football world and underlined how elite sport, media, and commercial power can fuse into global stardom. In Madrid, he shattered goal-scoring records, rewrote the meaning of consistency, and became a marketing icon. CR7 was no longer just a name on the back of a shirt. It was a lifestyle label. What changed at Madrid was more than statistics. He became the archetype of modern athleticism, a player who married precision, workload management, and performance optimization. From nutrition to sleep, every detail was engineered. The result was years of sustained dominance, scoring that felt inevitable, and moments of pure theater that burned into global memory. Work ethic, brand and human side. If goals and trophies tell one story, his work ethic tells another. Ronaldo's mornings are legendary: precise training, relentless repetition, micro-adjustments to technique. This obsession with marginal gains is what separates great from immortal. He created a brand not by accident, but by intention. Rigorous training, disciplined lifestyle, and a public persona that blends athletic excellence with luxury and entrepreneurship. But there's also a human side people forget amid highlight reels: philanthropy, family devotion, and the pressure of constant scrutiny. His life drew glare as it grew, from tabloid tales to courtroom headlines. But he aimed to respond on the pitch. For every flash of controversy, there was a silent hour of training, the private work behind the spectacle. The habit I promised to reveal? It's not just training harder, it's training smarter. The daily micro-routines, sleep management, and refusal to accept yesterday's best as today's minimum. That obsession is the invisible engine behind the goals. Legacy and what it means: a global icon. So where does that leave us? Cristiano's journey from Madeira's streets to global icon is more than a list of achievements. It's a map of how talent, when fused with discipline, opportunity, and a willingness to reinvent, becomes something larger than sport. He changed not only matches, but marketing, athlete preparation methods, and what young players now expect from their careers. His legacy will be debated. Titles, goals, and controversies will all be parsed. But the core truth is simple. He made excellence visible and repeatable. For millions of kids in tiny alleys, his story is proof that a single moment and an unfailing daily routine can rewrite a life. If this story inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. We drop deep dives like this every week. Which part of Ronaldo's journey surprised you most? The humble beginnings, the Manchester United turning point, or the day-to-day obsession that fueled everything? Drop it in the comments and tell us which athlete you want us to profile next. Thanks for watching, and remember, greatness rarely arrives overnight. It's crafted one disciplined day at a time.